Here we are 90 days after we put little 2-inch plugs in our north central Florida yard. This is our front yard now after 90 days, and you can see for Florida we're in a good spot. We're up about 80 feet above sea level, and we have lots of sandy and fine soil, so we get good drainage. So we should avoid any mildew or mold problems in the Kurapia. But in just 90 days, those little 2-inch plugs have grown together in some places into a full carpet of Kurapia. And the little blossoms are attracting the bees and the butterflies. And it's looking better every day. So just a reminder, this will use up to 70% less water than our St. Augustine grass we used to have, which is critical for the future of Florida, that we find things that look like grass. Oh, here's a little butterfly feasting on the little flowers. They look like little clover flowers. He's having a good time. Butterfly or a moth, I don't know which one it is. But the little flowers are pretty interesting. They're actually kind of like a clover head, but the flowers come out one at a time all the way around those little things until it looks like sort of a clover flower. But it's unique to Kurapia. That's Kurapia. And just thought we'd take a look over here. I planted some in the side yard about a year ago, just kind of to see how it would go. And unfortunately, we got some bad fill dirt from one of the people that are doing the landscaping stuff. But you can see here along our wall, it's really grown in very nicely. There's still quite a few weeds in here, but that's the nice thing about Kurapia, is it tends to push out the weeds without having to use weed killer. And in fact, during its establishment phase, what I've been doing back here is mowing it once in a while. But to the average person, when this is mowed, it looks like regular grass. Only it doesn't need all the fertilizer, very drought tolerant, and just very much better replacement St. Augustine. It's better to walk on, it's more resistant to pet use, and you can see here, in most cases it's coming up well. Occasionally we'll get one that, we had some nutsedge, as you can see here, which is horrible to get rid of. And where we tried treating the nutsedge, tended to treat the Kurapia too. The Kurapia is coming back. Here's what it looks like on a tilt, kind of a hill. It actually seems to like it better than flat. I don't know why, but it looks really good. So we did our front yard, we did our other side of the front yard on the other side of the driveway. Then we put the metal edging between us and the common area of the HOA. Took a while to process this through the HOA, but Florida has that nice Florida-friendly law that overrides HOA rules. It doesn't mean it's easier, but we eventually got it through. This corner just has, in the last week, grown together very nicely. This is the back of the side yard on the east side. Again, it's on quite a steep slope, and it's coming up nicely. Most of them come up and lay down, and then occasionally one of them will get a wild hair and stand up taller for a while, and then it'll lay down and spread out like the rest of these have. But the flowers, by the way, are sterile, so they're not going to blow around your neighbor's yard. The only way this spreads is with the runners, so it makes it very easy. If you have a hard edge around your yard, you can separate it. The bigger problem is keeping the St. Augustine grass on the common area of the HOA from invading our Kurapia. But once it's established, it's really hard for weeds to grow up through it, and it makes the most nice, soft, walkable yard that you can sit in, kids can play in, and the Kurapia seems to like being walked on. So anyway, we put it into here. It's the back of our yard. It's shady back here a lot, and it's still growing well. Then we're going to do more around the back here. We just haven't had a chance to do that yet. We've been busy working on all this side yard stuff. So anyway, that's our long update for 90 days since we planted the little 2-inch plugs. And it was a little slow growing in the winter. I think it got down to 28 degrees one night after we planted it. But the Kurapia doesn't care. It just, if it's cold out, it sends the energy to its roots and grows deeper. And it has very deep roots, which are why it doesn't worry too much about droughts. Not sure how this would work in lowlands of Florida that have more rain buildup and water buildup. Just haven't looked into that yet. But it's a really nice plant. It's Kurapia, Kurapia.com is where we got it. And we would expect, let's see, this is April 11th. I would guess that 2 or 3 more months, and this will be all grown together, and you'd never know that it wasn't planted here years ago. So anyway, thanks for listening to me talk about this. It's exciting to be one of the first people in Florida that are putting this in their yard. And again, I think our sandy, easy draining soil might be just perfect for it. But I'll keep you updated later. Bye.